All right, hey, I'm here with the infamous, the famous, the incomparable 1WineDude, interviewing you on Skype, man. Hey, congrats. Yeah.
Got the right guy?
I got the right guy, I think. And we'll see how it goes after this week when we finally meet. So, hey, congratulations on the nomination for Best Overall Wine Blog. You have to be pretty stoked about that.
Thanks, yeah. And you too?
Thank
Congratulations.
You I appreciate the support.
Well deserved.
So. You're on a panel coming up. I know you're about ready to probably hop on a plane here this Thursday, but you're on a panel coming up. What is this panel all about? What's the title? What can people expect?
Okay, yeah, I'm stoked for that. The panel is Advanced Wine Blogging. And I had done some panel stuff before. I sat on panels earlier this year at the Wine Writers Symposium, and I told the guys from Zephyr that I'd be interested in a panel if they wanted me, because I had such a great time and the conversation and the questions were amazing, and I love the experience. So the couple that I've done, I've had a fantastic time. So they said, yeah, sure. And I figured they were going to put me on like beginner wine blog or something. So this is advanced wine blogging. I said, hey man, this was the session I was going to go to. So, you know, but I'm stoked. So we've done RJ and Jeff and I have done a little bit of work, you know, prepping up. So Jeff's got some really cool material to start with. And that's going to be stuff around tools that a lot of people probably don't know about or aren't using to kind of measure how you're doing in terms of influence, some tips on sort of how to organize yourself. So it's just some pretty cool stuff there. I actually didn't know about half the things that he had in that presentation. So I think it's going to be really useful, a nice tangible thing for people to walk away with.
Yeah, so you guys are really focusing on providing some real tangible aspects. People can, you know, jot down notes feverishly and get out their iPads and start keeping track of it.
Yeah, and Jeff will actually post the material, I think, afterwards, so people have ready access to that when he's done. And then I guess we're really breaking it up into thirds. So that's the first third.
Okay.
The second third is going to be Jeff sort of pseudo-moderating RJ and I in a way, so he's going to ask us some questions around topics like burnout and interviews and a lot of other topics that people have been proposing, actually. So things like how do you start playing in the big boy wine writer space? You know, how and why aren't we collaborating more as wine bloggers and things like that. So some of the topics people propose, I mean, we could do days on this stuff. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then the last third will be questions, and I think we'll get a lot because there's a lot of smart people going to this conference. They're going to ask some great questions. So I'm really excited. I hope I live up to at least some of the billing of being able to sit on the advanced wine blogging panel anyway. But so I'm doing a little bit of work, kind of getting my thoughts together, especially around interviewing, because I have a feeling Jeff's going to ask me a lot about that, given a couple of recent interviews that we've had on 1WineDude. So
well, it sounds really really intriguing. I think that people are going to get a ton out of it. Is there any like sneak little tidbit you can give, that little dangle, that carrot, tease us, make us drool, make us salivate kind of thing?
Now I know that Jeff's going to give a couple things around like being able to compare your traffic to other blogs, and a couple tools out there, but I don't want to steal his thunder.
All right, that's fine. Hey, that's cool though. I mean, that's enough, I think, to get people there. So, well, that's awesome. I'm excited for it. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself even ready to even jump into the advanced wine blogging, but missing an opportunity to talk with you and Jeff and RJ, I wouldn't pass it up for the world. So, what are you most looking forward to? Have you ever been to Walla Walla?
I've never been to Walla Walla, so I'd say that the first thing I'm looking forward to is meeting you, especially since you're my ride from the airport.
Yeah. If you don't meet me, you're walking the right way.
Yeah, exactly. I think the other thing is really the biggest thing is really meeting everybody, seeing everybody.
That's right.
That's you find every time we have these conferences. That's the number one thing that comes out. People are. It's almost like the first meeting of long lost friends, if that makes any sense.
It does, yeah.
And that's how people view it. So that's always the number one thing. It's what keeps people coming back. It's that networking and being able to meet some of these people for the first time, see old friends. It's just priceless. I love it. I'm really looking forward to meeting up with some of the winemakers in Walla Walla. I've been having some conversations with a few of them. I've never been, so I'm pretty stoked. Not easy to get to, but I think it'll be worth the trip. So that's really getting to explore that. I get to the Napa and Sonoma areas fairly frequently for an East Coast guy. So while that's always great, this is something completely new to me. And actually, I guess sometimes you think you know a wine region or an area, and as I'm tasting the Washington wines, especially Walla Walla, I realize I probably know a lot more about Oregon actually than I do about Washington, even though I've never been to the wine regions of Oregon. So whoa, it's going to be an interesting education.
It will be cool to put it all together in one.
And not drinking beer.
It'll be cool to put it all together in one space, because I mean, really infrequently do you have an opportunity to taste through so much at one particular time, which is, I think it'll be cool. You can start to pick out the different terrain characteristics and winemaker characteristics. So, hey, I got a question for you.
Remember to spit. That's
yes.
Number one lesson for people attending this conference.
That's right.
You get a lot of wine thrown at you.
Yeah.
Make sure you are spitting. Okay.
Absolutely.
You will not last in the first day.
That's right. Hey, a real serious question here for you. In a base battle to the death, who would win? Is it Geddy Lee or Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Ooh, man, totally different styles.
Yes, there
totally
are. Yeah.
Styles. You know what? I'd give the raw chops to Flea.
All right.
To be
Yeah.
honest.
But he can't sing, and I don't know if he's quite the songwriter either. So it's tough there. So.
That guy's mad. He's got mad skills. Oh.
Hey, so you interviewed Parker recently, and now you're being interviewed by me. So I mean, not much else could really be exciting happening. But what other exciting things do you have happen on 1WineDude coming up?
I mentioned actually, I think it was on Wine Biz Radio, similar questions towards the beginning of the year. And I said I was really excited about the people who wanted to be interviewed for 1WineDude, and that's still proving to be the case. So what I'm finding is I'm reaching out, and people who I never thought would say yes are saying yes. So Parker's a great example. We've got a couple bona fide rock stars in the lineup, and one that's going to be posting Wednesday. We've got Andrea Robinson, who's actually going to be attending and will be speaking as a panelist at the Wine Bloggers Conference. So we've got her, and so there's just been a lot of really cool interview opportunities, and that's probably been the thing that I've concentrated the most on this year. I'm really excited about where that's going. So I don't want to spoil. I'm not going to tell you who the rock stars are.
Hey, that's all right. You just put it out there, so we're excited to come back and check in. Smart marketing there. Hey, well, I will see you on Thursday. I thank you for your time. We're going to wrap this video up, keep it short, so people will stay tuned for the whole thing. But I'll pick you up from the airport. We'll touch base on contacts. We'll see you Thursday, Joe.
Awesome, man. Cheers.